Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Luke back again for another Showdown stream, this time for Sunday at the CJ Cup. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the player pool quickly, talk about some of the guys I'll be targeting for tomorrow. Obviously, Showdown on Sunday, a little bit different than it is for the other 3 rounds. If you guys are new to Sunday Showdown, on Sunday, placement points become a huge part of the deal. So a lot of game theory involved, a lot of ownership that's concentrated on the guys up top. So when we go through the poll, we're not going to sort it by salary. We're going to go through the leaderboard. So without further delay, let's hop right into the picks for Sunday. So going to go ahead and share my screen here. So you can see we already have the Draftkings poll here sorted by position. And let's go ahead and talk about Ricky, who was one of my value picks at the beginning of the week. Somebody who, again, I thought was a great course fit here. Did not expect him to be winning here after round 3, obviously, but somebody who I'm not so sure of for Showdown in round 4, because you're going to see an immense amount of ownership on him. Anytime you have a guy in this $7,000 range right here that is winning the golf tournament going into the last round, you typically see around 40 to 50% ownership, which sounds great. You get a 15-point bonus for being in first place, but there's a couple stipulations there that assumes that Ricky Fowler is going to be in first place. Also assumes that he goes out and has a good round, because obviously birdies much more heavily weighed in Showdown than they are in the main slate. There's only a birdie or two difference between him and the guy who finishes in dead last place. So keep that in mind. As of right now, I have him in the 45% range in terms of ownership. So probably somebody I'm not going to be playing, even though he was somebody that I was on in terms of value come the beginning of the week. Not somebody I'm going to be playing for Showdown tomorrow, just because I'm not sure how aggressive he's going to play. Again, this guy hasn't been in contention for how long. Somebody who hasn't been in great form of late either. When I talked about him as a value pick, was more of a speculative play. Somebody who, again, was just more of a good course fit, hasn't really shown it statistically. So as much as I love the good story there, I don't expect him to shoot 6 or 7 under tomorrow. And that's what it's going to take to be optimal in Showdown. Let's talk about Rory Mcilroy. Somebody who can probably be a little bit more aggressive than Ricky Fowler, but the same kind of problem here, right? He's in second place on his own. He's not likely to go out and try to shoot 8 or 9 under par. He likely thinks that 6 or 7 under par is going to be good enough. I'm a little bit less hesitant than I am with Ricky Fowler playing him at $9,100. He's also likely to see a ton of ownership. Again, this is Rory Mcilroy. We're talking about. So he's probably going to be heavily owned. I mean, same thing, Ricky Fowler, right? He's a huge name, somebody that every golf fan knows about. Hell, even people that don't follow golf know about him. So let's talk about a few of the guys that I'm a little bit more interested in playing. First and foremost, the man of the hour, the guy who got the albatross on Friday, that's going to be Abraham Ancer. He's $8,400. And again, only starting 3 strokes back. And the beauty is that he's tied with 3 other people for third place. So not going to be getting as much steam as he would have if he was a solo third or that kind of thing. Also somebody who's a sneaky good fit for this golf course. At the beginning of the week, I thought it would be a little bit more of a bomber's golf course, but a little bit more of an accuracy off the tee kind of course. I mean, the desert here, a little bit more penal than we expected. Tons of rocks out there, tons of bushes. And essentially, if you're missing the golf course, you're looking at a bogey or even a double bogey at best. So Abraham Ancer, a good course fit here. Again, gets a little bit of a distance boost just because of the altitude, just because of the hard pan soil, everything like that. So don't hate going to him here in Showdown. Adam Scott likely to be a little bit chalky. Even though he's tied with Abraham Ancer in terms of score, obviously that price difference, a lot of people are going to try and fit in 1 or 2 of these value plays up top. Again, I'll pose that same kind of question, right? Even if they end up finishing in first place, that is at most a 2 birdie difference in terms of points. So people very much overweigh these placement points. They love seeing their lineups in the green whenever the contest starts. So they'll take all the guys up top. They're like, oh, wow, I'm winning $100 when the contest starts. And by the end, they're in dead last place. They're not winning anything. So just keep that in mind. There's a huge bias towards these people that are already in the cash, people up towards the top. And at a birdie fest like this, it's not important, right? If you were at a US Open where there's not going to be a 6 or a 7 under round, where a majority of the field is shooting over par, then sure, placement points extremely valuable, right? But at a birdie fest like this, not going to be important. You had a comment down in the chat. Thanks for the Rory and Fowler picks today. Good cash day. Yeah, absolutely, man. I had 8 cash lineups for $25 a piece. So ended up cashing in all of those. I had Rory. I even had Spieth in every single lineup. But again, Spieth, even with the shitty day. I had Ortiz in my lineup who ended up having a good day. Sam Burns as well. Sam Burns ended up having like 7 birdies. So, hey, you're welcome, man. It was a good day for me as well. Overall, I'm in a pretty good position going into Sunday. I have a lot of people that have done well in terms of their finishing position. Obviously, Rory, obviously with rookie, that kind of thing. But also a lot of people that just put up a ton of birdies. That includes people like Kevin Streelman, who shot 8 under today. People like Jason Kokrak, who has 2 birdies on the week, also shot 7 under today. And that's only going to get more and more valuable as the week goes on. So a lot of people out there probably think they're in a better position than they are, but it really comes down to the birdie count this week. So I'm excited for Sunday. I think I'm in a really good spot. We'll have to see how it all turns out. Getting back to the player pool, though, talking about a few other guys in this range I like. Toro Han, a little bit of a sneaky play. He's starting 4 back. He's $8,700. And once you start getting 3 or 4 strokes back, people get a little bit more hesitant to play these guys. So he's $8,700, probably going to come in closer to 20% owned, which is going to be a lot lower than a lot of his peers up here. So Toro Han, somebody you can at least get ownership leverage on for tomorrow. In terms of single entry, also like him as well. He's a relatively good course fit here. I liked him going into the week. Somebody I have in my player pool. Somebody I also like going into Sunday. Keith Mitchell, avoid at all costs. I already told you guys not to play him yesterday for today. And you saw why. The guy was all over the place. I mean, when he's freewheeling it, when he has no worry in the world, the guy is one of the best golfers in the world. That's what Rory was talking about when he was talking about the Wells Fargo Championship. He's not freewheeling it right now. I mean, this is a almost major championship level field. He clearly felt the nerves there. So I'm going to be avoiding him on Sunday as well. Sam Burns is relatively expensive here. So obviously the pricing came out around midday before Sam Burns had a little bit of a disappointing second 9 there. So he's $9,500. I don't hate going there. He's somebody who has an 8 to 10 under round in him. Again, I liked him in Showdown today. He ended up being a relatively optimal play. Wasn't perfect, but was a top 10 percentile play today. Sam Burns, just has the firepower, right? Somebody who has the off the tee accuracy and the distance, also the ability to get the putter hot. So don't hate going there. Aaron Wise, same kind of deal, right? But somebody I loved going into this week, has shot, I believe, 3, 4, and 4 under par every single day, at the very least. So he's at least got the streak going for 69 every day. So I need him to shoot at least 3 under tomorrow. I don't hate going there. The putter has been meh this week. It was a little bit better in the weeks prior. As of right now, it's kind of been a little bit hit or miss. Let's talk about a few guys. And by the way, in terms of if you're playing cash for tomorrow, I'm probably not going to play anyone lower than 13 under par because you obviously want to guarantee yourselves at least a little bit of placement points. But if you're playing the GPP, I mean, I'd be willing to go down to the guys in last place, right? Charles Schwartzel, if he goes out there tomorrow and shoots 7 or 8 under par, that is going to be more than enough to be optimal. So just keep that in mind. In terms of cash, though, I am probably limiting my player pool right around the 12, 11 under par, unless there's somebody who's just drastically underpriced that I think is going to have a great day tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. Let's get back to a few other targets that I like for tomorrow. Victor Hovland's been a little bit better than I've expected this week. It's a little bit expensive. I won't be playing him tomorrow. A lot of people will be, though. So you're going to be contrarian if you end up fading him. That's what I'm going to end up doing. Getting down to a few other targets here in this 13 under range. Again, this is getting towards the fringe of players I would consider for cash. Maverick Mcnea, definitely willing to go back to him. Somebody who's been very solid to this point. He's only $7,600, which is the best price we've had on him all week. Maverick Mcnea, a member here, and it shows. He's been very comfortable on the greens. He's been very comfortable off the tee as well. Just hasn't really been there with the approach play. Has been a little bit substandard. Has had to rely on that around the green play a little bit more than he'd like. So McNeely, there at $7,600. If he ends up getting it together with the irons in the final round, could finally put up a 7 or 8 under round that we've been waiting for. Jonathan Vegas. So Johnny Vegas, very good off the tee. Always going to be a good option in Showdown just because of his volatility. Has been decent to this point. Obviously, one of my value picks going into the week, so don't hate him here in Showdown. Carlos Ortiz, extremely volatile. Always somebody that I target in Showdown. Had a very good day today. Was in my cash lineup for Showdown, so didn't hate that. I believe he shot 6 under today. Also 13 under, right? So he's, again, on that fringe mark for where guys I would consider for cash, so don't hate that. Let's get down to this 12 under range. Webb Simpson putted the absolute lights out today, and while I think that's slightly encouraging, it's not very likely to happen 2 days in a row, so it's probably not going to make my pull. Again, he's a little bit more expensive than I like. He's still $8,100, even though he's 12 under. I'm also probably going to get a lot more ownership than the other guys in this range. Somebody I'm actually a little bit more interested in, somebody that wasn't in my poll come the beginning of the week, is Tommy Fleetwood. That's just because he's extremely volatile, can go out, put a 7 or an 8 under round up pretty much any day. And we saw that today, right? Was playing really early in the morning there. And had a very good day. So not expected to go out and replicate that day after day. But if anyone's going to do that, that is going to be Tommy Fleetwood. So don't hate that play. Brooks, you can always play, but he doesn't really give a shit about this golf tournament at this point. You can see that with his round today. He missed like 2 or 3 or 4 footers. Probably won't be playing Brooks, but if he decides to wake up and give a shit for once, go, I'm going to shoot 10 under today, he could very well do so. Justin Thomas. So unlike Brooks Koepka, Justin Thomas is always engaged with his rounds. Somebody who will always try to work through a round just to improve his game in general. Brooks Koepka, obviously the complete opposite. There's a little bit of a jock, doesn't necessarily give that same kind of attention to rounds. So I'm going to go to someone down low that, is obviously well out of contention, just in hopes that they go and shoot a 7 or an 8 under round. I think there are a lot worse people to target than Justin Thomas. Again, has been putting like absolute shit to this point, but hitting the ball really well. So I don't hate going there. I wouldn't do it in cash, right? So if you're looking for those placement points, if you're looking for just a top 50 percentile lineup, I think it's a little bit too risky. Same thing with Xander Schauffele here, just a little bit too far back to invest in that type of format. If you're going to take someone super cheap down here, I don't hate Sebastian Munoz, extremely volatile, just like the few of the guys that we've been talking about here. The only difference here is the price tag, right? He's only $6,300. So a little bit easier to get into lineups there down low. Don't like Benny Ann at all. The guy's not even a PGA Tour player anymore. If you guys didn't know, he lost his status. His first time in his career that's happened. So that should tell you everything you need to know about it. Getting down to a few of these other guys, Brian Harmon, extremely volatile. Again, if you're in a GPP format, don't hate going to him. Someone you can put an 8 or a 9 under par, round up pretty much at any point. Let's see. Patrick Reed, not in form. His swing hasn't been there. You probably don't want to play him. Somebody I considered at the beginning of the week, just hoping for a bounce back, but he didn't end up giving it to us. Cameron Davis. So Cameron Davis I really like just because of his eagle upside. Somebody who is a league leader in terms of eagles per hole on the PGA Tour. Always is a good fantasy scorer. So looking for an 8 or a 9 under round from somebody that's this far back. Obviously had a dog shit round today, but don't hate going there. He's always good at bouncing back. He's quick at forgetting the rounds from yesterday. And pretty much everyone else on this list I'm not playing. Charles Schwartzel I might play in one lineup. I had 150, but Brendan Grace has looked like absolute crap. Jason Day's just an old man. He's crippled. Don't want to play him. Pat Kazire is on vacation, clearly. So that's going to be the lineup for tonight, guys. I'm going to go through a few of the comments here before we get out of here. So Dropping Brady says, even though Fowler's chalky, hard not to roster him, his stats are off the charts. I roster him some just because I believe he put the pedal down and spray on relievers. Man, I hope you're right. But he was even his interview, man, you can tell he's just not used to being there anymore. He was like, it's nice to be in contention again, I think I kind of hit him when he said that. He kind of realized, like, oh shit, I'm in contention now. So I'll agree to disagree with you. Again, I won't be mad if he goes out there and he sticks it to me. I'll be one of the happiest people alive because the game is a much better sport when Ricky Fowler is playing well. But yeah, man, from a logical sense, I don't see it happening, but I hope I'm wrong. It's just his damn right. Yeah, man, I don't see it happening. He's somebody who just, this golf course, I thought it was a good fit for him, but now in hindsight, now that we know how it's playing, it's actually a dog shit course fit. He's not accurate off the tee. He's been spraying it. He's gotten extremely lucky. I don't know if you saw his round today. He had 4 or 5 tee shots that were within a yard of the desert. In the rough, right on the side. If he hits it a yard more to the side, he's either looking at a bogey or double bogey on the hole, or can't even find his golf ball. So I think he's gotten a little bit lucky. I'm okay with it though. If the golf gods want to give him a win, I'm all here for it. But thank you guys for stopping by as always. We're going to do the Showdown live streams next week. We're going to do one on Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night again. Same time. Actually, take that back. Not going to be at the same time. Golf tournament's going to be in Japan, so God knows when we're going to be able to do the Showdown slate. Might even have to be in the morning. We'll figure it out. But until then, guys, good luck, and I'll see you.